It's time for Turbles Celbor. Filthy casual play. Alright, Turbles Celbor here. I'm having a lot of technical problems today. I wanted to record a tower defense game, but that just wasn't happening. So instead, I'm going to record some Dead Cells. So I haven't played Dead Cells in a while, mostly because I was trying other stuff out. So I'm gonna record on Hell difficulty. I'm gonna do a crossbow run. And for just the heck of it, I'm gonna load myself. Nope, no frantic sword, don't need that. Okay. So basically, if you've watched this channel, and assuming you watched from the beginning, which is not very many of you, you know that I enjoy me some Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a super cool, awesome game. And I can't sell that item, but I want to. The way that Dead Cells works is it is a, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's somewhere between a roguelike and like, I don't know what to call it. I might die right here. Okay. It's somewhere between a roguelike and a, what's the name of this genre? Metroidvania. My God, I can't even remember what the genre is. So then it's basically like an old school platform. I think, yeah, okay. So it's an old school platformer, but it's also like a roguelike in the sense of like you have to deal with the concept of permadeath. But there is a death progression element. So I am playing on Hell difficulty, which sort of, to be honest, is, as is atypical for this channel, I usually don't play on such a high difficulty, but you know what? I just want to. I play this game all the time on the train, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good game, and the Switch is perfect for it. It just requires a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it. Think about what you're doing. It's atypical from a Metroidvania in that you do have to think a lot more. You're like much more strategic, even in just kind of moving through the normal levels. I could have sworn I saw. Nope, I guess not. So if you've played this game before, you know that I personally don't think the lower levels are that difficult, but I do think the higher difficulty levels are hard, which would make sense, right? Because it's supposed to be. So I'm playing with a crossbow build. Let's look at some survival stuff. I don't want any of that. What do I want? I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. So the interest of the nominally LGBT portion of this channel, just FYI, for those of you out there who are queer and like going through a rough time, I just want you to know, like, sometimes life is rough, and you think somebody, this is really vague, but sometimes you think somebody's really nice, and then you find out later on that they're not, because they didn't really believe that you were queer. And I'm sorry if anybody's happened to go through that right now with friends or family that you thought were really cool, but it turns out that they just didn't really believe you when you said that you were queer. So, fun fact, ooh, what's this? Examine, oh, let me guess, there's a new DLC. Oh yeah, so menacing. Oh, it's not cursed or anything. I haven't bought all the DLC for this game, so it's very likely that there's new DLC. What is this? I'm cursed for one. Machete and pistol. I don't have either of those, so that's fine. I think machete is an item. Anyway, all I'm trying to get at is that I don't know. I've been going through an interesting individuating time in my life, and I've started to realize that people that I thought were pretty chill were not. So if you've been going through a rough time, just remember, like, it's not a bad thing to be queer, and if people say that it is, or like suddenly upon you doing something that's really visibly queer, really angry at you, that's not really your fault, it's really a them problem. Ooh, my explorer's instinct is kicked in. Let's see what we got. There's nothing really over there, nothing really over there. Okay, what path should I take? I'm gonna do the Promenade of the Condemned. Oh, and so just FYI, if you're watching this channel, you're wondering why my video frequency changed, it was mostly down to the fact that I was getting tired of trying to keep up with the 2-day schedule. So I'm actually releasing videos every... let's do that one. Okay, what do we got here? I'm releasing videos every 3 days. So that's the schedule that I'm trying to stick to. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of it. If you're interested in watching more videos, do subscribe to the channel. It's a cool channel, I think. I play a lot of different games. Obviously, I'm playing Dead Cells, which was my first video actually. But just FYI, it's a 3-day release schedule. So if you're wondering why my pace slowed, it was just more that I work a 9 to 5, so I have to kind of compensate for that, and it's very difficult for me to record during the week, so it's easier if I just do a 3-day schedule instead of a 2-day schedule, which is a lot of videos to edit and make. Just FYI, I enjoy the video editing process, which is really weird. I didn't think I would enjoy that, but I do. Oops. Man, everybody's got a shield these days. Help me out, giant. Okay, there we go. Whew. Oh, hey, you. Hell difficulty's hard, what with all the, Here we go, I'm gonna drink this. Hell difficulty's hard, what with all the melees. Armadillo pack. Oof. Okay, there we go. Maximize. Which one do I pick? You know what? I need more health, so I'm gonna go with 2. All right, there we go. Brutality. But yeah, the 3-day schedule seems to work better than the 2-day schedule. I feel like the quality of my videos has improved a lot since switching to that. Ooh, let's see. Gotta get that. Open the boss cell doors. Well, apparently that's not gonna happen. Ugh, man, this is like one of the best games on the Switch though, for real. Like, Nintendo itself has a lot of good games, but like, my goodness, this is one of the best games I've played in a while. I don't know why, I really enjoy Dead Cells. I think it's a very good game. I know this is technically a casual channel, but just FYI, this is probably not, at least at this level, is probably not a casual game, but I don't know. I don't like how a lot of games are characterized as being like really difficult, or like people like don't like games that have difficulty. I don't think that difficulty in and of itself makes a game not accessible to people who are considered casual players. Personally, because it's not like I play competitively a ton of the time. Let's see, survival. Like, it's not like I'm doing homework. Ooh, heavy crossbow 7. I don't have money. It's okay. So my general rule of thumb is that a game is casual if you don't have to do homework to play it, right? So if I'm spending 2 hours, like, okay, good example would be Smite. I'm spending 2 hours a day on Smite. 5S, 4S. No, let's see. Let's see. Hold up. Yeah, I'll take it. Bloody Shield. I spend, oh shoot, I spend 2 hours a day on Smite figuring out builds. Yeah, that's not really a casual game. This game I can just kind of pick up and play, and I don't really need to be like a super genius to know how to play it. Like, I guess I feel like this is a game that is more accessible, but I don't know, some people might take issue with that. I feel like most video games, to be a good game, like has to be accessible to people to actually play. Like if nobody's playing your game because it's too difficult or whatever, sure, like that might be a problem with it. But just because the game is difficult doesn't mean that you can't just pick it up, you know? Let me give it that. Wow. I don't know, something I think is really interesting is like, okay, so I only have, I don't know, maybe an hour a day that I actually manage to play games. I have to deal with my puppy, I have like a job, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm more likely to play a game that doesn't require huge time investment in order to figure out how to actually play it. That doesn't mean I won't do that. Like Civ 6 is probably a really good example of a game that I like, that does require a significant time investment in order to actually understand how to play it. Let's see here. Let's do tactics, even though it's probably less health. No, Golden Amulet 7 versus Topaz Amulet 7. Shoot, 2 extra jumps in midair versus an extra jump in midair. Dodging plants a bomb, it makes a toxic cloud. Let's do dodging plants a bomb. Okay. There we go. Okay. But I mean, personally, like, I don't think that okay, so this is nominally a casual channel, right? Like, obviously my slogan's like filthy casual play, whatever. I think there's this dumb distinction that exists with the idea of a casual game and like a real game, right? Like, we've all met those gamer bros who feel like really a real video game is always like a FPS or some kind of like, I don't know, like StarCraft 2 or some crap like that, right? And I don't want to be that person, in part because, okay, cis male, whatever, like there's a lot of stuff with cis males that I don't like, but I do think that realistically, like, if gaming, like video games as a hobby, now I remember when it was a big deal to be like, oh, I'm really into video games. Like there was a negative stereotype at that time. And I have friends who are not, how do I put this? I have friends who have a negative view of men who spend a lot of time playing video games. And I think that's silly because it is a regular hobby. But I will say I do personally have a distaste for people who are really elitist about the kind of games that do and don't qualify as like real video games. A pretty good example would be like this game. I think even the most like vociferous straight boy would be like, yeah, you know, like Dead Cells is like a real video game because it's difficult to play. And I'm kind of like, I don't think difficulty defines whether or not something is a real video game. I mean, shoot, I liked, gosh, what's it called? Cuphead, right? Like, Cuphead's a cool game. It's very hard to play. I wouldn't expect my, like, grandma to play that game. My mother-in-law is probably a really prime example. She is probably more of a gamer than I am, for goodness sake. She plays way more often than I do, but she only plays like Connect Dragons or something, right? And that's a real game. Like she is a gamer, 100%. But the game that she plays is like a Connect, it's a Connect 3 or whatever. It's like Bejeweled. That doesn't mean that it's like somehow less than just because it's like, you know, a game that's about matching different stuff. Oh, I need to get out of here. And I'm dead. How sad.
Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe. It helps other people find this channel, and has the nice side effect of boosting my already oversized ego. Have a great day, and remember, break down those closet doors.